Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be going over the history behind the Thieves Guild. They're an important organization within the story of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, including The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. They're a guild of thievery. They steal. It's in the name. What they do is they steal. And I wanted to go over the history behind what they do, what they are, and just them in general. So, basically, we start off in the dark corners of every big city in Tamriel. There is a hidden business, a secret group whose work isn't in gold, but in secrets. Whispers and the items taken by experts from a rich person's pocket. Welcome, friend, to the story of the Thieves Guild. For thousands of years, they've been the hand no one sees. Sometimes they protect the poor with strict rules, and sometimes they're a corrupt gang, hurting the weak. But they're always the masters of the night. Their history is a fascinating journey of how criminals change, showing a constant shift in who they are, from a group of honorable outlaws to a deeply troubled organization. So, that's where we're going to begin. So, the first known beginnings of this old organization were found during the messy Second Era, a time known as the Interregnum, which is the setting for Elder Scrolls Online. The heart of this early power was the Redguard port city, Abba's Landing, in Hughesbane, Hammerfell. This busy trading spot, set far from the main government, was the perfect place for major crime business to grow without the Empire getting involved. During this time, the guild faced serious threats, such as the tough army of hired fighters known as the Iron Wheel, which shows that even when it was new, the guild was strong enough to fight back. This time period created the basic layout and network of fences that let the group survive for hundreds of years. So that's kind of during the Elder Scrolls Online. That era is during the Elder Scrolls Online, of course. The guild hit what many call its golden age during the Third Era, as shown in Morrowind and Oblivion. The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, the group led by the charming gentleman Jim Stacey, followed a clear set of moral rules. Guild members would take on Bal Maligmer quests, an old dark elf name, which clearly said they should only steal from those who were unfair or corrupt, and then gave the goods to people who truly needed them. This Robin Hood style made the guild a society of principled outlaws, different from simple thieves and killers. This great fame carried over into the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, set later in the Third Era. The guild in Cyrodiil worked out of the Imperial City and became linked with the story of the Grey Fox. The Grey Fox, the mysterious guildmaster, wore the famous Grey Cowl Nocturnal, a powerful magic object that completely wiped his life from history. During the questline, the guild worked mostly in the shadows, getting help from the poor and the beggars of the Imperial City, who saw them as local heroes. The end of the Oblivion Guild's story was a super important famous robbery. The biggest act of stealing meant not just for money, but to break the cow's curse and secure the guild's legacy. However, the organization entered a time of quick downfall in the Fourth Era, as seen in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Based in the gloomy city of Riften, the guild had lost much of its moral standing and power. Instead of acting like an honorable brotherhood, it had turned into a mob-like organization using threats and violence to take money from local shops. The sacred link to the Daedric god Nocturnal was cut by the bad deeds and greed of the former guildmaster Mercer Frey, who pulled off a shocking act of turning against them and stole the skeleton key, the powerful object that connected the guild to their god. The player's journey in Skyrim is one of hard work and restoration. The tough path to earning respect again. By showing what Frey did and getting back the skeleton key, the player rebuilds the guild's link to Nocturnal and starts the long process of fixing its reputation across the 5 holds. This final stage shows the repeating pattern of the guild. It might fall due to bad leadership and problems, but it is too strong and too important to the dark economy of Tamriel to ever fully disappear. The history of the Thieves Guild is a story of survival, changing morals, and the lasting appeal of the Master Thief. But the story doesn't end there, my friends. What do you think? Was Gentleman's Jim Stacy Guild the best, or did Gray Fox lead the greatest crew of all time? Let me know your favorite era in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tamriel's shadows, make sure you, subscribe, hit the like button, so you don't miss out on our next video where I will tackle the most infamous assassins in the land, the Dark Brotherhood. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.